Good afternoon. I want to give you all time to get started and get ready. Good deal. I want to say thank you for all of you for being here today. Each month, the Montgomery Police Department is going to be providing this briefing as part of our commitment to transparency, accountability, partnership with our community. As your Chief of Police, I want to share with you not just the numbers, but the stories behind them. The progress we're making, the challenges we face, and how we can work together to keep our city safe. Public safety is not just a police issue, it's a community effort. Today, I'm going to share with you recent developments in our law enforcement efforts, including significant arrests, crime trends, and the proactive steps our officers are taking every day to engage with the residents and the businesses in our city, keeping them safe. I'll also address an urgent concern affecting our youth and the vital role parents and guardians play in crime prevention. First, though, I'm going to want to start with just some crime highlights and information with some numbers as we talk about it. And you'll see where the juvenile or youth, some of the youth elements play into that. But to give you kind of a scorecard, I want you all to know, since we started our exhibition driving details and our checkpoints, these details alone, just in the last 7 weeks, we've issued over 798 moving violations and made 19 arrests just off of the exhibition driving detail. Now, that's kind of note because in the last month alone, our traffic division has issued over 2,000 moving violations. So you can get a good concept of how much we are actually increasing our traffic enforcement within the city. In relation to robbery numbers, they're down 40.2% year over year. I'm real proud of that number because it's showing that that's 40% less people being victimized. Our total violent crime is still down year over year, 26.2%, meaning that if this were a football game, we're saying, hey, we are ahead, but we still have further to go. I'm never going to say until I reach zero that we've gone far enough, and I want people to know that. Now, overall, total Part 1 crimes are down 17%. Now, you'll see flashing behind me, and we're going to be talking about this at every meeting or every time we do one of these press conferences, our total numbers of felony arrests just over the last 30 days, because we're going to be doing this about every 30 days. And in the last 30 days, we've had 55 serious felony arrests. Now, that's really important because those 55 arrests stand for multiple cases. Cases closed by our CID division and the hard work of the men and women in that division and the hard work of our patrol officers who help us take these suspects into custody or catch them in the act. But when I talk about youth crime, one thing that was particularly troubling when I was going over the stats for this news conference to get ready because I wanted to report to y'all, 8 of these felony arrests were juveniles. Now, of note, and what really I found troubling was that 2 of those juveniles who were arrested, between them were each responsible for 3 of the homicides that we've cleared in the last 30 days. Okay, that is devastating. These are serious crimes. The impact is irretrievable. It's irreversible damage. And I want to talk about the fact that parents and guardians are going to have to play a bigger role. We as police are going to play the role of doing everything we can to be good role models, to keep your children safe when we see them. But parents, know where your children are. Know who your children are spending their time with. Know what they're doing on the internet. Know what types of activities they're going into. Are they going out in the middle of the night and getting into trouble? Are they hanging out with that wrong crowd? Are they acting funny that maybe you suspect they're either doing something bad on the internet or they're bringing drugs home? You want to know these things. And so I really want people to get involved with their children's lives and maybe even with the different community groups and churches around them to bring them into it because this is a group effort. All of the things I've just mentioned, okay, it's not just because we have wonderful men and women working in our department when I talk about numbers going down, it's because we have people in the community getting involved. Now, when we talk about those cases being closed, I'm going to talk about two very significant cases from last week. Basically, it was the arrest of Rashawn Hall and Najari Mitchell. And the reason I mention that is because, like with Rashawn Hall, okay, we charged him literally with at least 7 different counts. I'm sorry, Rashawn Hall's 3 counts of first-degree robbery. Najari Mitchell, 7 counts of first-degree robbery. Now, the reason these are so significant is because we anticipate more charges coming. And these subjects were doing these robberies over the last 2 months. Now, I really praise the work of the men and women of this department in solving those cases. But I want people to understand, a lot of times crimes are committed by a group or a population of folks who want to go out and do bad things. And it's our job as a community to make sure that when we see something, we're saying something and we're doing something about it. Call the police when you see something wrong or suspicious. Let us know. Get involved. Those 2 arrests, you'll probably see more news in relation to them because, like I stated before, we are working more cases on these 2 subjects alone. Now, one thing I want people to think about too, and I want to pass this message on, when your car gets broken into, a lot of times people are leaving their guns in their cars. They're leaving their wallets in their cars. Don't do it. Just in the last 30 days, actually, yeah, the last 30 days alone, because I decided to start keeping up with this, we've had over 46 guns, 46 firearms that were taken in burglaries of, people breaking into cars alone. So whenever you leave your gun in the car, it's like you're just letting it get out onto the street where it can be used in bad things. Take your guns inside. Do not leave them in your cars, please. Now, remember this too. We are committed to the business community in this city, the citizens, because the business community is also a big part of the success of the city. We instituted something that I'm real proud of, and actually I want to praise my chiefs, Chief Brickus, she's in the back of the room, Chief Barnes, and Chief Hall, because we are doing a detail that literally has our patrol officers checking the businesses during their shifts, just making these contacts, and we've literally hit almost 400 in just the last 3 weeks since we started doing it. And those types of little steps actually go a long way towards prevention, and we're real pleased with it. Now, I want to reaffirm my commitment as your police chief and the commitment of our officers and investigators that we will continue to work tirelessly to deter crime, to bring offenders to justice, because we're proud of the progress we've made. But we know there's a lot more to do, because I still believe even one crime is too many, and I'm going to not stop. None of us are going to stop till we bring it down to 0. So I want the community to continue to cooperate with us, continue working with us, continue talking to us. Let us know what's going on, because we've been visiting communities all over the city, and we want to know what people have to say. So engage in your neighborhood watches. Now, one thing I want to do is, if you notice, we have these drones sitting on the table. We're real proud of this drone unit. We've been utilizing it extensively since we got it back. It's been actually assisting us in taking some of the suspects into custody, some of these dangerous suspects, and it's actually increased our capabilities both for patrol and for criminal apprehension a great deal since we got them. And we are very pleased with the results. In fact, this week we were utilizing them very extensively in some of our SWAT operations. And while I can't talk about all the results of that yet, I can tell you they were successful. Now, we are planning, if the weather permits, after I take questions, we are planning to do a small demonstration for you, and I'm hopeful that the weather will permit us to actually show you some of the capabilities of this and let the community know that we are fixing to go forward with every effort to bring criminals to justice and make this city safe. So now I will open it up to questions. Oh, good question. The way the drones are utilized is that, of course, when we put them up, it's one, they're almost silent when you get them to a certain height. Two, the camera ability is second to none, where you can read license plates, you can follow infrared signatures. So literally, if we're chasing somebody, let's say, we can literally utilize that drone to have an overview to literally follow that person wherever they run, even because a drone can go where cars can't. And as the drone operator is calling out, hey, the guy is around the corner, or calling out the directions of where that suspect is, then our units in real time are hearing that, so they're knowing where to catch the guy, so to speak, when he tries to run out or tries to hide. And so it's really good with that. It's also really good, like if you're going into a house where you have an armed suspect, then you can actually locate the suspect with the drone utilizing the infrared materials, or even put the drone in before you put a person in, lowering any kind of risk of having to have it, let's say, a shooting situation. So the thing about these drones is that not only can they provide us with more ability to get, let's say, suspects, but also more ability to get suspects into custody without an armed confrontation, hopefully. So we are really pleased with them. And the thing about these drones and this drone unit is that we intend to get more. We are not just going to stop with these four. These four are our introduction. These are what we're starting with. And we are really looking forward to utilizing them in our ongoing operations. Like I stated, the last few weeks, they've been invaluable to us in taking suspects into custody. We have drone pilots in this agency now. We are actually training more drone pilots as we speak. And we're going to continue with it because we have found it to be, I would call it a game changer. Any other questions? Oh, okay. That's a good question. It's not just captains. It's all of our officers are doing it. Okay? That's, you know, we have everybody doing this, and there's a reason for it. When you go into these businesses and you engage with the business owners, and you engage or with the clerks, because sometimes as you're going into the business, it might be 2 in the morning and you're going into a gas station that's, you know, still open. When you're engaging with the people who are working, one, it not only gives them confidence to that you care and that you know who they are, but two, by you knowing who they are, you know that who's supposed to be behind that counter. So if you see somebody who's not supposed to be behind that counter, then just as a method, it means you can go take action if somebody is there who's different. At the same time, you have the presence and visibility of those officers, which is, I cannot understate the preventative benefit of people seeing police going in and out of businesses or being physically present, and the confidence that engenders, because a lot of times, very rarely do criminals want to commit the crimes in front of the police. And a lot of times you can literally forestall criminal activity by doing that. So the business checks really go a long way towards not only mapping out where we know who's in the businesses, who's supposed to be there, what they're doing, their times of operation, but it also has a very big preventative measure in the higher visibility of the officers among the public. Any other questions? Okay. Oh, yes, sir. Well, you do it it's very simple. First of all, when you're utilizing the drones in public spaces, you have no expectation of privacy in a public space. And if I am utilizing that drone, let's say going after an armed subject or suspect, or there's a dangerous exigent circumstance where somebody's life is in danger, well, then I'm not violating anybody's privacy, because our job is to preserve life. So we are not violating privacy with these drones. We're not utilizing these to go peek at what's going on in people's living rooms. We're utilizing these drones to go after dangerous criminals or to best patrol the streets of this city, because that is our undying commitment to y'all. Now, one thing I will announce with, because you know, I want to see if we can get this drone demonstration in, because I think it'd be really cool for y'all to see the capabilities of it. But there's some good news that I want to pass on too, because a lot of times people ask me this question. They're like, hey, so how's recruiting going? And I want to talk about that a little bit, because one of the things I can tell you right now, and I'm really pleased with this number I'm about to give you. Okay, right now we have 76 total individuals in our hiring process, and these are individuals who are literally applying for every different position within the police department that we're trying to see if we can work them through and if they will qualify to hire. So in a perfect world, if literally all of them qualify, then we'll try to get all of them. I mean, but one thing I'm real pleased with out of that is that number has grown since the last time I met with y'all. And we're going to continue growing it, because as we grow this pool, we're going to be growing the applicants that we've got coming in. Just yesterday, we were interviewing 16 people. Now, not all of them qualified, but we were interviewing 16 people, hoping to see if any of them would be, good material to work with our agency. And at the same time, today we have 5 new employees with our agency. We're anticipating more employees with our agency at the end of the month. Now, of that 76 number I originally gave you, 40 of them are police officer trainee candidates. Those are people that we will be having to train. But you know what? If their heart is right, they'll be perfect for the city of Montgomery. But in addition to that 40, we have 11 who are post-certified in that number. And that means that they are police officers already, and they are capable of patrolling with us once we get them through our Montgomery Police Department training program. So that is really good news, because the thing about it is, as long as we keep growing our recruiting like we're doing, we're going in the right direction where we need to go to definitely increase our manpower and increase our abilities as a law enforcement agency. So I'm going to close it with that, and I'm going to invite you all actually out to this door so we can see what we can do about doing a little bit with our drones. Thank you.